Me? For real? Oh. You can call from the Bahamas using Rev Boy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards for much less.
Hey girl, are you ready?
You get free unlimited on-island calls, voicemail, and no internet service or ID is required.
Hello?
Rev Boy's prepaid home phone service and prepaid chat cards.
Hey, vai bien.
Staying in touch never sounded so good.
Good evening, Bahamas. This is NB12 broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Here's what's making news tonight. A murdered woman found floating at Montagu Beach. Police say they're looking into rumors of gang initiation violence. What appears to be a fight between a student and a police officer caught on camera. Plus, workers celebrate Labor Day with 2 separate marches. Those stories and much more on the way. I'm Nakia DeVoe, and NB12 starts right now. Thanks again for joining us here at NB12. The brutal murder of a woman in her 30s early this morning has police on the hunt for anyone who can shed light on exactly what led to her untimely death. Labor Day got off to a gruesome start for the country's latest homicide victim, who was found floating in waters off Montagu just east of the Nassau Sailing Club. Officer in charge of the Eastern Division, Superintendent Elaine Sands, says the police control room received reports that a woman's body was seen in the waters shortly after 7 this morning. Sands explains what police met when they arrived on the scene.
When officers responded, they met a lifeless body of a female. She was wearing absolutely no clothing. She appeared to be a Rasta type, according to her hair, Rasta locks, and she was lifeless. EMS responded to the scene as well, and they examined the body and pronounced her dead.
Sands says the victim had injuries to her neck, believed to be stab wounds. Police believe the woman was killed sometime between 4 and 5 a.m. Now, police are asking anyone who may have seen or heard anything during that time to contact them at 919, Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS, or the nearest police station. And just hours after that murder, about a dozen Bahamians began their pro-hanging march. Activist Rodney Munker led the charge with placards reading "Hang all murderers" during this morning's Sir Randall Fox Labor Day parade. However, he says there is nothing to celebrate as a woman's life has been snatched away.
It is a sad day because a woman was murdered this morning. We understand that her throat was ripped, and so that is a sign that there's nothing to celebrate. As long as these murders continue, we cannot celebrate Sir Randall's Labor Day. It's too sad. The 40th anniversary of independence, it's impossible to celebrate it because some mother, some father, some child has lost a female relative. The murders are too much, and we are in a crisis mood. And the Parliament should seriously address the issue of capital punishment once and for all.
Munker is demanding that the government address the issue of escalating crime and almost daily murders. President of Families of All Murder Victims, Candy Gibson, joined the march, encouraging Bahamians to take a stand against murder and violence in the country.
Crime now is out of whack, if correct. We have up to 54 murders now that has occurred in Nassau, Bahamas, with one being a tourist. Come on, Bahamas, and let's do this thing right. Let's do this thing now. If we can stand, let's stand for something. I'll stand for nothing. Right now we need to stand because together we stand and the value we're going to fall.
54 murders have been recorded so far this year. Well, officers from the Central Detective Unit say police are not warning anyone that gang initiations are set for this weekend. Social media is flooded with posts and messages that claim police are warning people to stay indoors this weekend because of random killings related to a major gang initiation. CDU officials say they are not aware of anything like this, but said they are investigating the claims. However, officers are, as usual, encouraging residents to be vigilant and aware of their surroundings this holiday weekend. The issue of crime and violence in our streets has been a top concern for officials and the general public for some time. However, there is also a concern that criminal acts committed on school grounds are underreported. This as a disturbing video of a fight between a student and an officer, both in uniform, goes viral. Celeste Nixon has the details in this report.
President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson, says she believes crimes in schools are underreported because administrators don't want the public to know incidents occur, fearful it will reflect poorly on them.
I would think it's underreported because we have so many managers or principals or leaders who do not want the public, and a lot of times even the union, to be aware of some of the negative things that happen on their campuses. And I believe that sometimes they feel as though it's a reflection on their leadership. But in my view, it's not a reflection on their leadership. It's a part of the day-to-day operations, is a part of the school, and note too that the school is a community. So there will be challenges.
Most recently, a fight between a student at Sir Jack Hayward High School in Grand Bahama was caught on camera and went viral this week. The video depicts a student fighting with an officer on campus. While Wilson said the school policing program initiated by the Christie administration last year has been helpful, she believes additional training and funding is required for school security personnel.
They could beef up. They could beef up the security. And we keep talking about training and more training for our security officers, because a lot of times I believe they are ill-prepared to deal with the day-to-day incidences that they may be faced with. So I believe training is good, and we can lend some more financial resources and human resources to security to make sure that our children and our teachers are safe in their school environment.
Wilson said the only way to address violence in our schools and ensure both students and teachers are safe is to confront the issue head-on. She noted that there will always be challenges and problems. However, all stakeholders have to be aware and establish strategies to tackle them.
So in my view, the best way that it can be addressed for us to get not only a timely resolution, but also a positive resolution, is for the principals to be able to say to their immediate supervisors, the district superintendents, the directors, to the security personnel, and also to the union. This is what we're faced with, and let's come together to see how best we can correct it in order for the incidences not to reoccur, or for us to at least be able to minimize it.
Reporting from B12, I'm Celeste Nixon.
In other news, the first ever Sir Randall Fox Labor Day celebrations a success according to government and union leaders. However, as Christina McNeil tells us in this next report, everything did not exactly go as planned.
Thousands of labor workers from across the country banded together for the first ever Sir Randall Fox Labor Day parade. And while there are 2 parades today rather than 1, union leaders say it's all about the labor movement in the country and what Sir Randall Fox has done for labor.
Back in April, parliamentarians debated a bill to rename Labor Day after the late trade unionist and politician Sir Randall Fox, who moved a bill in the House of Assembly that established Labor Day as a national holiday. During that debate, Labor Minister Shane Gibson indicated his hope for a joint Labor Day parade between the National Congress of Trade Unions of the Bahamas and the Trade Union Congress. However, it seems the 2 unions were unable to come together to make a unified parade happen. NCTUB President Jennifer Isaacs-Dotson and TUC President Obie Ferguson today holding out hope that next year they can put differences aside to make a unified parade possible.
The NCTUB is the official voice of labor, and we started off, led the parade, and we know that we still have our differences that need to be worked out, and we look forward to next year. Hopefully we can have solved all the issues and hopefully next year we'll have one Labor Day parade.
Well, one Labor Day parade, we're marching on the same route. For whatever reason, the other side decided that they didn't want to. I thought nothing ought to have gotten in the way to cause us not to march. But, to each his own. I assume next Labor Day, I think it will come through. That is in the best interest, that we all work together for the good of the working people of this country.
Gibson and Prime Minister Perry Christie joined the parades as they made their way down Bay Street. Christie noted that while colors divide, it is important for workers to come together.
I'm always sensitive to the fact that labor union leaders claim or ask for people not to wear colors. We continue to do so, and I tell them whenever they are able to be united and march as a group, we will unite and march with them as one group until they fight among themselves and they cannot agree even to march together. We will come out as a political organization and make our statement in support for workers.
Initially, we had discussions going, and the leaders had agreed that we'll have one Labor Day march. Then something happened, something went wrong, and they decided that even though they don't have one march, they would march immediately behind one another. And so hopefully next year, we can iron out some of those differences, and we can have one march of unity in honor of the great Sir Randall Fox.
Sir Randall's son, David Fox, marched along with workers, telling NB12 that it is an honor to see workers recognizing the work of his father.
It's a good feeling being his son. I'm so happy to be here, and the day has been renamed, and it's people power at its greatest. We have tens of thousands of people here today. It really feels good.
All right.
Thank you.
And there are two separate parades. What do you think about that as opposed to just one parade?
If there were 5 parades for Sir Randall, I hope I could be on all 5.
Meanwhile, union leaders were proud to participate in the newly renamed holiday, wishing the nation a happy Labor Day.
I am elated. I am proud to be a part of history. It has been a long time coming, but I thank God that it is finally here, that a man so important to the movement and the country is finally being memorialized.
I'm proud to be even a leader in the trade union movement at this time, and I'm really pleased that the government has actually followed through and named this day after Sir Randall. He's well deserving.
It is wonderful, absolutely pandemonium. We are so happy, finally. And it's been a long time in waiting, but we are very, 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 you see all the old soldiers, saw the former presidents going back for 20 years, and so we all in very celebratory mood, and so we are very, very happy.
I'm very proud and honored to be a part of this first Sir Randall Fox Labor Day. You know, the union has been agitating for years, and the NCTUB has been naming Labor Day, Randall Fox Labor Day, for years. And so we're very happy to see that the government has made a decision to rename Labor Day, Randall Fox Labor Day. And for years to come, our generations will know the contributions that Randall Fox made to this country and to labor.
Union leaders and government officials alike hope that next year all differences can be put aside and there can be one united parade for the Sir Randall Fox Labor Day. Reporting for NB12, I'm Christina McNeil.